Welcome to round one of the Caribbean Union Bank Intersecondary School Debate Series.
Caribbean Union Bank for your banking needs. Credit cards, savings accounts, and CDs. POS terminals for convenience. Or helping you with small business development. Whether you need help to achieve your goal. Or land loans and mortgages for your dream home. Supporting many programs that help the nation's youth. CUB is always here for you. Times are changing, don't you know? CUB, you can bank on us. Whatever you need, just let us know. CUB, you can bank on us. Saving your money and your time with the quality service we provide. Banking the better way every time. CUB, you can bank on us.
CUB cares. Call us today at 481-8278. Let's talk.
Welcome to the final encounter in round one of the 2024 Caribbean Union Bank Intersecondary School Debate Series. I am your moderator, Priscilla Marsh Sutton. If you missed our last encounter, we had the Antigua Girls High School who edged out Sir McChesney George Secondary to advance in the competition, while the Otto's Comprehensive forfeited their match, causing the All Saints Secondary School to advance in round two. We have a brand new encounter for you this evening. The St. Anthony's Secondary School and Trinity Academy. They are meeting in this encounter to debate the moods. Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. Let's meet the members of both teams, starting with the proposition St. Anthony's Secondary.
Hello, I'm Kanak Tuwani. I'm from St. Anthony's, and I'm the first speaker.
Good evening. My name is Faith Moses, and I'm the St. Anthony's Secondary School's second speaker.
Good evening. I am Amaya Emmanuel Yearwood, and I am the St. Anthony's Secondary School's first reserve.
Good evening. I'm Cameron Jackman, and I am the St. Anthony Secondary School's second reserve.
A round of applause for the proposition St. Anthony's Secondary. We now move on to the opposing team, Trinity Academy. Let's meet them.
Good afternoon. My name is Kaylee Geese. I attend the Trinity Academy School, and I'm the first speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Dehaja Peters. I represent the Trinity Academy School, and I am the second speaker.
Good afternoon. I am Faith Francis. I attend Trinity Academy, and I'm the first standby speaker.
Good afternoon. I'm Delisa Mitchell. I attend to the Trinity Academy School, and I'm the second standby speaker.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for the opposing team, Trinity Academy. The panel of judges responsible for picking the team that will advance in the competition. This evening, we have Sharon Herbert, Social Sector Planner within the Ministry of Social Transformation. Kieran Murdoch, News and Current Affairs Producer, Twin Island Media. And Elissa Graham, Public Relations Officer, Antigua and Barbuda Electoral Commission. Round of applause for our judges. As usual, keeping time, we have the lovely Miss Aisha Lynch. We will begin this encounter with the proposition's first speaker, Kanak Tuwani, followed by the opposition's first speaker, Kaylee Geese. We will then move on to the second speakers from each team. First speakers will be given 5 minutes for their presentations. Second speakers, 3 minutes. The bell will ring once at 1 minute and twice when the allotted time has expired. Following the presentations, we will move on to the rebuttals. In that segment, 3 minutes will be given to each debater. Now you have the rules and you've met the teams. We're going to take our first break to hear from our sponsor, Caribbean Union Bank. When we return, the competition, the debate begins.
Caribbean Union Bank for your banking needs. Credit cards, savings accounts, and CDs. POS terminals for convenience. Or helping you with small business development. Whether you need help to achieve your goal. Or land loans and mortgages for your dream home. Supporting many programs that help the nation's youth. CUB is always here for you. Times are changing, don't you know? CUB, you can bank on us. Whatever you need, just let us know.
Call us today at 481-8278. Let's talk.
Welcome back to the Caribbean Union Bank Intersecondary School Debate Series. If you're just joining us, the moot for this encounter between the St. Anthony's Secondary School and the Trinity Academy is Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. We will now begin this encounter with the proposition's first speaker, from the St. Anthony's Secondary School. Please welcome Kanak Tawani.
Madam Moderator, honorable judges, worthy opponents, listening and viewing audiences, good evening. We are here to propose the moot that Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. However, before getting into the supporting evidence for this very known fact, we must first define key terms. The English dictionary defines artificial intelligence, or AI, as the capacity of computers or other machines to exhibit or simulate intelligent behavior. It defines ready as a state of preparedness so as to be capable of immediately performing or undergoing what is implied or expressed in context. It also defines revolution as a rapid development, chiefly as a result of the introduction of new and improved technologies. We therefore interpret the moot to mean that Antigua and Barbuda is prepared to tackle and transform business operations across different industries. My partner and I will establish that this is the undeniable truth. Firstly, I will lay out the following. 1. The existing infrastructure available to us allows us access to AI technologies. 2. The educational opportunities available to Antiguans and Barbudans ensures that we are able to participate in the same AI revolution. And thirdly, Antiguans and Barbudans' general understanding of AI. My partner will then demonstrate to you the moves that our government has made to put Antigua and Barbuda in a position to benefit from AI advancements, how AI is used in businesses and commerce, and the extent of AI's current use across the population. Judges, according to thepurestorage.com, AI infrastructure also refers to the technological stack needed to build and deploy AI-powered apps. Worthy opponents, I don't know about you, but that sounds to me like phones, tablets, and computers. And Antigua and Barbuda has these in an abundance. We also have a high-speed internet via fiber optics. It is now available to everyone, everywhere in this Twill Island state. Because in 2022, our main internet provider, APUA iNet, embarked upon an island-wide upgrade to the infrastructure in order to provide high-speed internet via fiber optic cables. Completed in 2022, fiber optic broadband is currently accessible to every existing household and business in Antigua and Barbuda. With all of this already in place, the country is ready to tackle this revolutionary technology. Madam Moderator, if you want to pursue a degree in science and technology, look no further than our very own University of West Indies' Five Islands campus. While still in its infancy, the campus has proven its commitment to evolving technologies with the implementation of a School of Science, Computing, and Artificial Intelligence. Their aim is to afford students with the opportunity to demonstrate a level of proficiency in artificial intelligence. Even back in 2022, the Ministry of Education launched the High-Tech Summer Camp. According to Carlena Knight of the Observer Media Group, over 200 students were able to focus on the core areas of fundamentals of drones and drone technology, robotics, augmented reality, esports, photography, graphic design, and mobile and web development. Audience, judges, my worthy opponents, it is obvious that Antigua and Barbuda has long been in preparation for the AI revolution. In doing research, we felt it pertinent to conduct a survey to gauge the public's understanding about AI and AI technologies. This survey included more than 100 individuals from across the island nation. 97.1% of our respondents indicated that they knew what AI was, while 91.2% had already been using AI in everyday life. When asked about the usefulness of AI, more than half of our respondents, 52.9% to be precise, agreed that AI is extremely useful and beneficial. This information proves that AI is widely understood amongst our population. With this widespread usage and understanding of AI, my colleague and I have no choice but to have the opinion that Antigua and Barbuda is as ready as we can be for this AI revolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanak Tawani. Team St. Anthony's Secondary, give her another round of applause. She completed her presentation in a time of 4 minutes and 32 seconds. We now move on to the opposing team, Trinity Academy. Welcome, Kaylee Geese.
Good afternoon, Madam Moderator, esteemed judges, guests, worthy opponents. Is Antigua and Barbuda ready for the AI revolution? I disagree with this statement. What is AI? AI is artificial intelligence, a rapidly evolving technology that tries to simulate human intelligence using machines. Revolution, a forcefully overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. I will be speaking on the effects of finance, security, infrastructure, while my colleague will be speaking on effects of AI on society, the social economic effects, the ethical concerns, and of AI implementations. Antigua and Barbuda is small countries and may benefit from AI. But Madam Moderator, judges, guests, you also have to look at the disadvantages of AI. Firstly, what are some things that benefits from AI? Some things that benefits from AI is education, finance, and transportation. How, you may ask? Well, education. AI is changing how students learn and develop skills in the educational settings. A site used frequently is ChatGPT. Now, will ChatGPT be there in the exam room? Children are now developing a mindset that they are able to go home, go online, use ChatGPT to complete essays, write questions, and tests. But when your exam comes, what are you going to do? Will it just jump out the screen? No. You will be sitting there in the exam room not knowing what to do because you have been relying on ChatGPT. Transportation. When I think of AI for transportation, I think of a plane, autopilot. There was a car that had came out that was designed by Elon Musk, Tesla. This car, you can set it to the location you want, and it will drive itself. This also gives persons the mindset that they can do whatever they want behind the wheel, such as drinking, eating, and being on their phone. For example, drinking. This person is intoxicated behind the wheel after setting an AI-powered car to go where they want to go. It malfunctions. The car malfunctions. What are you going to do? This person is already intoxicated behind the wheel. They're going to try to take control, and which may also lead to accidents and a huge death to many people. Lastly, finance. Finance. When I think of finance, cost. Imagine you have to put at least 3 AI-powered robots into every shop, bank, and home as a caretaker, shop, clerk, and bank accountant. Instead of investing all this money to try to make Antigua and Barbuda an AI-powered country, why don't you use it to help the homeless people off the road? Make sure that they have meals every day, a house to go to, and a job they can work at. Also, I also have to look at one of the main challenges is the availability and quality of data. Insufficient or low quality data can hinder, such as data privacy and security. Another challenge associated with AI implementation is the risk of data breaches, which can lead to the loss of sensitive customer data, such as passwords to accounts like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Implementation costs is one of the main challenges associated with AI. Implementation is the high cost and development. SMBs, a company which is trying to implement AI into their daily life, may find it difficult with limited resources and being able to fund and develop the maintenance of an AI system. you also have to look at the advantages too. Sorry. But after saying all of this, in conclusion, I strongly disagree that Antigua and Barbuda is not ready for the AI revolution. Thank you.
You can do better than that. Come on. Thank you. That was Kaylee Geese, the first speaker from the Trinity Academy. She completed her presentation in a time of 4 minutes and 16 seconds. We heard from our first speakers from both teams. It is now time for us to hear from our second speakers. We now move over to the proposition's second speaker, Faith Moses from the St. Anthony's Secondary. Welcome her.
All protocols observed, good evening. I will continue the proposition's argument that Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. Judges, our worthy opponents will have you think that Antigua and Barbuda is being left behind because we are not seeing major development in AI technology at this time. As previously mentioned by my teammates, I will now discuss the moves that our government has made to put us in a position to benefit from AI advancements among the world developers, how AI is used in business and commerce, and the advantage that globalization has already afforded us to be ready for emerging technological advancements. Recently, the government of Antigua and Barbuda embarked on improving the nation's technological industry by partnering with the government of the People's Republic of China. This partnership has afforded us with the opportunity to expand our capacities using AI and technology in medicine. A delegation of officials recently traveled to China. The aim was to establish a relationship between both governments with regard to technology and artificial intelligence. The government's effort is to intensify the Ministry of Health's focus on digitizing records and improving decision-making in the area of tracking diseases. Here in Antigua and Barbuda, we don't only use AI for fun and games. It is also a very powerful business tool. Delivery services like QuickServe, Allmart, Carabytes all utilize AI in the individual web and app softwares. When was the last time you bought a physical ticket to go to a fete? I know it's been years because now ticketing apps are the way to go. Honorable judges, my worthy opponents will have you believe that Antigua and Barbuda is being left behind in this AI race because they cannot see the development taking place, but not in Talgo so. If you have a smartphone in your pocket right now, you're already utilizing AI. Siri, Google, Alexa. Nothing brings me more joy than coming home after school and saying, Alexa, play Burning Flames and just mash up the place. Even in writing this speech, AI kept prompting us to correct any spelling or grammar mistakes. In the age of smartphones and other smart devices, AI technologies are increasingly accessible to all members of society. Madam Moderator, our argument has come to an end. With the evidence we provided, we are certain that Antigua and Barbuda is indeed ready for the AI revolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. That was Faith Moses, team St. Anthony's Secondary. She was the second speaker with a time of 2 minutes and 26 seconds. We now move on to the opposing team, Trinity Academy. Please welcome Dehydra Peters.
Good afternoon, Madam Moderator, esteemed judges, guests, worthy opponents. Today, I will be continuing the argument that Antigua and Barbuda is in fact not ready for the AI revolution. Although AI may offer Antigua and Barbuda significant benefits, there are many concerning factors that need to be addressed before these implementations are made. Firstly, the infrastructural limitations. Madam Moderator, Antigua is a severely underdeveloped and low-income country. AI requires frequent power and a strong Wi-Fi connection. These are two things Antigua and Barbuda cannot offer. With these facts, it simply means that it will lessen the full potential benefits Antigua may get from AI. Take China, for example. China has emerged as a key player in the AI landscape, expected to invest over $38 billion by 2027, according to Global.China Daily. The country is heavily invested in AI research and development, aiming to become a global leader in AI technology by 2030. Secondly, the digital skill gap. That is, today's traditional workforce may not have the knowledge, the skills, the attributes, or the knowledge necessary to adapt to these new technologies implemented in the workplace. One main reason for this is the lack of computer literacy in the country. This may lead to a lack of productivity in the workplace. One way one might say they can change this is by implementing educational and training programs. But not only is that time-consuming, but it is also expensive, and Antigua does not have the funds necessary to facilitate these needs. Thirdly, the socioeconomic disparities. That is, the implementation of AI may disturb the traditional workforce. This may lead to unemployment, poverty, homelessness, and increased crime and mortality rate. Once these social issues come into play, it will decrease the country's tourism rate and the economy. And as we all know, tourism is Antigua's main source of foreign exchange. Without tourism, this country would fall into deep debt. Finally, the ethical concerns. According to alrc.gov.com, ethical concerns are an accumulation of values and principles that address the question of what is good or bad in humans. An ethical concern that should be taken under serious consideration are the privacy concerns. Madam Moderator, although AI is said to be secure, it is prone to viruses and hacking. In conclusion, the debate on whether Antigua and Barbuda is ready for AI revolution is a difficult one. But citizens and policymakers of Antigua and Barbuda need to take into consideration the social, socio-economical, and ethical concerns involved in implementing these technologies into our daily lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Dehydra. Dehydra Peters, another round of applause for her. Representative from the Trinity Academy. She completed her presentation in a time of 3 minutes and 24 seconds. A round of applause for both our teams, the St. Anthony's Secondary and Trinity Academy. On that note, we'll be taking our second break to hear from our sponsor, Caribbean Union Bank. When we return, the rebuttals begin.
Caribbean Union Bank for all your banking needs. Credit cards, savings, accounts, and CDs. POS terminals for convenience. While helping you with small business development. Whether you need help to achieve your goal. Or land loans and mortgages for your dream home. Supporting many programs to help the nation's youth. CUB is always here for you. Times are changing, don't you know? CUB, you can bank on us. Whatever you need, just let us know. CUB, you can bank on us. Saving your money and your time with the quality service we provide. Banking the better way every time. CUB, you can bank on us.
CUB cares. Call us today at 481-8278. Let's talk.
Welcome back to the Caribbean Union Bank Intersecondary School Debate Series. If you're just joining us, the St. Anthony's Secondary and the Trinity Academy are meeting to debate the moot. Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. It is time for the rebuttal. In the rebuttal segment, we will begin with the opposition, Trinity Academy. Each presenter will be given 3 minutes in which to complete their presentation. The bell will ring once at the beginning of the final minutes and twice when the maximum allotted time would have expired. To begin the rebuttals, please welcome from the Trinity Academy, Dehydra Peters.
Good afternoon. As my opponents have stated, Antigua has fiber lines that have been implemented since the year 2022. But that has not stopped Antigua from exhibiting constant problems with the Wi-Fi. Also, what about the cost associated with implementing the fiber lines into homes? It may be too expensive for some persons due to the minimum wage of $2,000 in Antigua and Barbuda. Persons may use it for beneficial reasons, but what about the person who abuse it? Take this for examples: hackers, scammers, and as my colleague said, even in the classroom nowadays with persons using ChatGPT. There was a news article that came out indicating that Donald Trump was speaking about our Prime Minister, Gaston Brown. And after reading into it, it is speculated that the use of AI technology was involved. Now, if you ask me, do you think that everybody would personally use this for good reasons, or would they try and abuse the power of AI technology? Not everybody in this world is kind. And I personally think that if persons decide not to use AI for a good reason, it can come back and it can bite us, and not in a good way. Thank you.
Thank you, Dehyder. Team Trinity Academy, another round of applause. She completed her presentation in the time of 1 minute and 27 seconds. It is now time for us to move on to the proposition. Team St. Anthony's Secondary. Welcome, Faith Moses.
Good evening. All protocols observed. I strongly disagree with the following statements my opponents made. Our opponents said that ChatGPT and other AI software have been abused. But these technologies have been created for our society to benefit from. It is not the AI's fault. It's human nature that we make these mistakes. AI does not justify the illegal activities that persons have made. Therefore, I disagree with my opponents when they said e-cars encourage drunk driving. This is all human error. And my opponent said that APUA hasn't provided the proper fiber net. And the APUA and the Prime Minister provided affordable prices for high-speed internet and the general public. As my colleague mentioned, I disagree with my opponents when they said we don't have enough education in AI and tech. As my colleague mentioned, we have UE, we have high-tech, we have a high-tech summer camp, we have ABIS, we have ABIT, and IT, EDPM, and other subjects relating to technology in our schools. In conclusion, I totally disagree with my opponents, and my colleague and I stand firm in our opinion that Antigua and Barbuda are ready for the AI revolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. Faith Moses, St. Anthony's Secondary School. She completed her presentation in a time of 1 minute and 19 seconds. Round of applause. You know me. Come on. Come on, a bigger round of applause for both our teams. And this brings us to the end of our sixth and final encounter in round one of the intersecondary school debate competition. We are going to take our third break. When we return, we'll be hearing from our judges. We'll be right back.
Caribbean Union Bank for all your banking needs. Credit cards, savings, accounts, and CDs. POS terminals for convenience. While helping you with small business development. Whether you need help to achieve your goal. Or land loans and mortgages for your dream home. Supporting many programs to help the nation's youth. CUB is always here for you. Times are changing, don't you know? CUB, you can bank on us. Whatever you need, just let us know. CUB, you can bank on us. Saving your money and your time with the quality service we provide. Banking the better way every time. CUB, you can bank on us.
CUB cares. Call us today at 481-8278. Let's talk.
Thank you for staying with us. The St. Anthony's Secondary and Trinity Academy met in this encounter. The judges have deliberated and tallied their scores. It is time for us to hear from the judges. To represent our judges today, please welcome Mr. Kieron Murdoch. Welcome him.
Good afternoon, ladies, or evening, again, depending on when you watch this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for attending today's debate. I want to ask us to give our debaters on both sides another round of applause. I'm going to be brief in the remarks, as I do know our debaters have to, not our debaters, but all the students have to eventually go. In terms of the debate this afternoon, we found it was a fairly good encounter. In terms of definitions, we would have liked to have seen a stronger restatement of the moot. In certain circumstances, it's important that after you give your definitions, you're able to clearly restate your understanding of the moot. We do also want to encourage you that as much as you are allowed and sometimes encouraged to rely on definitions from maybe dictionary sources and other such things, you can also incorporate authoritative quotes from persons. So in discussing something like the AI revolution, in your definition you might use a local authority or a regional or international person who is an authority on AI and use how they framed the subject matter of AI in your definition and understanding. Those are just options that will help bolster, your argument and the structure of your argument. It's also, of course, important to state where you've gotten your definitions from. Anytime you state a definition and haven't really cited where you're pulling this idea from or that idea from, that can be a problem. The understanding of the topic is something that we did want to mention. It's important that the teams and their coaches pay attention to what the topic is asking for. In this instance, it said Antigua and Barbuda is ready for the AI revolution. Now, we found that both teams addressed that. However, in some instances, we found that certain points were not tying back to that topic. So, for instance, you always want to reconnect your point to the idea of whether or not you feel that it is, Antigua and Barbuda, is or is not ready for the revolution. So if you state an advantage or a disadvantage of AI, you can't just state it and leave it hanging. You have to say, because of this, I believe that we are ready or we are not ready, or you find a way to tie it back into the topic, because ultimately the point of the moot is to say whether or not the nation is prepared for the AI revolution. Referencing, we found that there was definitely more referencing needed. We did see some referencing on both sides, but we would like to see more referencing. It's important that with each point that you make, each argument, substantive argument that you make, you try to have at least one reference, and that bolsters the credibility of your argument. In terms of anytime you use a survey, if you're going to present a survey, it's important that you try to be as thorough as possible in presenting the results. You can actually take a bit of time and use that survey as a basis for that point. You might want to expand a bit more if it is you choose to use a survey. And we're pleasantly surprised when we see students do that. Delivery. We did see a bit of nervousness in some instances. That's often to be expected of debaters, particularly when it comes to rebuttals. We would counsel you that practice makes perfect. So, you don't want to have a situation where when you're up here, it's only the, whatever 10th time that you're doing this. Practice makes perfect. Try to avoid reading, and one thing that we do want to mention is use cue cards. It's always better to use cue cards because it avoids you shifting papers. When you shift papers and your eyes are darting between two different papers, you can sometimes look down so long that you're losing the audience attention, as opposed to having cue cards which sort of keep your points brief and keep you a bit more rehearsed. In the rebuttal, always good to practice rebuttals in terms of knowing what your opponent may come with, and practice that rebuttal so that you get accustomed to utilizing your maximum time. It's never a fortunate thing when you see debaters not use the full time of their rebuttal. It may have been difficult for you to pick up on your opponent's points. That may be the reason. But again, practice makes perfect. So with all of that said, I've probably spoken too long. I'm going to give the points and scores so that everybody can you know. The better debater for the proposition we found was Miss Faith Moses. Of course, the proposition is the St. Anthony Secondary. The better debater for the opposition Trinity Academy we found was Dehija Peters. The best overall debater we found was Miss Faith Moses. And in terms of the overall average scores, we have an average score for the proposition of 71 points. That's the St. Anthony's Secondary School proposition. And an average score for the opposition Trinity Academy of 50.5 points, meaning that St. Anthony's is the winner of this encounter.
Thank you, Mr. Murdoch. Another round of applause. Congratulations are in order for the St. Anthony's Secondary School, who will, of course, move on to round 2 of the Intersecondary School Debate Series. Both teams, as mentioned by the judge, you did very well. You came out and you represented your school with, of course, excellence. Now it's time for us to hear the closing remarks from both teams. We'll start with the Trinity Academy. Please welcome Kaylee Geese.
Good afternoon. I would first like to thank God for making us all be able to be here and experience this. Also, my principal at Trinity Academy for giving us experience and reaching out and making us able to be debating and learn and meet different people. My coach, Miss Lee Silva, for helping me through everything. My colleagues for making sure I was okay. But especially Dehija Peter, because while I was standing up here, I was nervous, and she held my hand and she made sure everything was okay. I would also like to thank the St. Anthony School for making this a competition worth remembering and for making me able to expand my vocabulary and so much more. In saying all of this, I would like to say thank you and good afternoon.
Well said. Thank you so much, Kaylee. We now move on to the winning team. Give it up for St. Anthony's Secondary, Kanak Tawani.
Good evening once again. I would like to thank God, first of all, for making this day possible, this day being into existence. I would like to thank my principal, Mrs. Callius, for allowing us to participate and attend this competition. I would like to thank my coaches, Mr. Christopher and Miss Maynard, for guiding us and practicing with us to make us capable of competing. I would like to thank the judges, Madam Moderator, my worthy opponents, and all of the entities that made this competition possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kanak. That was the St. Anthony's Secondary. Congratulations once again to both of our teams. And that items brings us to the end of the first round of the Intersecondary School Debate Series, brought to you kind compliments of the Caribbean Union Bank. The next time you see us will be round 2. Round 2 of the competition includes the Seventh-day Adventist Secondary versus the Antigua Grammar School. Then we will have the Clear Hall Secondary versus the Antigua Girls High School. In round 3, we will have the All Saints Secondary versus the St. Anthony's Secondary School. And finally, in round 2, the fourth encounter, we will have the St. Joseph's Academy versus Sonovell Richards Academy. So there you have it. We will have 4 encounters in round 2 of the competition. Do join us next week for the impromptu speaking competition. I know that you can't wait to see our 8 schools come up here and, of course, deliver their impromptu speeches. I am your moderator, as always. Remember to stay positive. Until next time, have a good evening.